Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Iliana Magra, and here are the top headlines of the day in Greece. Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis is attending the EU summit in Brussels today. Upon his arrival, Mr. Mitsotakis spoke to the press about the latest developments in defense spending within the EU, the Cyprus issue, and migration policy. The Prime Minister welcomed the submission of the White Paper, emphasizing the creation of an €150 billion European Defence Fund, which he said will enhance European strategic autonomy. Regarding migration, Mr. Mitsotakis noted that the Ministry for Migration and Asylum will now adhere to a clear principle. Anyone who enters the country illegally and has not been granted asylum must be returned to the country they came from, the Greek Prime Minister explained. On the Cyprus issue and this week's five-party conference in Geneva, Mr. Mitsotakis stated Cyprus and Greece fought and succeeded in keeping the discussion on the island's reunification alive. Now, a new legal notice has been sent by the relatives of the victims of the Tempe train crash to the Parliamentary Investigative Committee examining former Minister Christos Triadopoulos' role in the handling of the disaster site. This legal complaint is signed by Christos Konstantinidis and Ekaterini Tselepi-Voutsina, relatives of two of the 57 victims of the crash. He lost his wife and she lost her brother. In the notice addressed to the President and members of the committee, they wrote that the relatives of the victims will not stop their fight until all those involved in the landfilling of the site are brought to justice. This is the second legal notice sent to the committee by the victims' relatives, following one issued yesterday by Maria Karistianou. Staying with the matter of the Tempe train crash, the Greek Fire Services Arson Crimes Directorate has ruled out the presence of illegal flammable cargo aboard the two trains that collided in 2023. An inspection of the wreckage yielded no evidence of combustion or explosion in the freight cars. The investigation is now focused on the passenger train Intercity 62. Chemical tests from the crash site have also detected traces of xylene. Their origin, however, remains unclear. In other news, the government has introduced a presidential decree restricting the expansion of settlements with fewer than 2,000 residents. The decree mandates that only areas developed before 1983 will be considered within the boundaries of the settlement. Any expansion of such settlements should be based solely on the increase in residential population rather than on tourist demand. Greek newspaper Kathimerini reports that the Ministry for the Environment drafted the measure amid a nationwide urban planning overhaul. The decree has raised concerns among urban planners, many of whom had already drafted settlement boundaries based on previous ministry guidelines. The new restrictions also impact landowners who had purchased subdivided plots with the expectation of future development. Now, two fires broke out in the Attica region earlier today, one on a terrace of a block of flats in Haidari, in the western part of Athens, and another on a plot in Tavros, in southern Athens. The government issued an emergency alert to citizens near the Tavros area, urging them to stay indoors with doors and windows closed as the smoke was heading their way. And that's all for today. Tune in again tomorrow for the only English language news bulletin in the country. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure to enjoy this sunny afternoon in Greece on the first official day of spring.